Annie has given Helen a key. While Annie removes her bonnet, Helen unlocks and opens the suitcase. The first thing she pulls out is a shawl. She touches it until she knows what it is. Then she wraps it around her, and acquiring Annie's bonnet and smoked glasses as well. The shawl overwhelms her, and the bonnet settles down upon the glasses. But she stands before a mirror, cocking her head to one side, then to the other, in a mockery of adult action. Annie is amused, and talks to her as one might to a child, with no trace of company manners.
You're a strange child, you are.
She laughs quietly, spells something into Helen's hand.
You spell pretty well, finding out she's tickles. She is.
Annie repeats the letters, and Helen interrupts her fingers in the middle, feeling each of them puzzled. Annie touches Helen's hand to the doll and begins spelling into it again.
What is it, a game? An alphabet. Alphabet? For the deaf?
Helen now repeats the finger movements in the air.
Oh, how she is a bright one. You think she knows what she's doing?
He takes Helen's hand to throw a meaningless gesture into it. She repeats this one, too.
She imitates everything. She's a monkey. Yes, she's a bright little monkey, alright.
Annie takes the doll from Helen and reaches for her hand. Helen grabs the doll back. Annie takes it again, along with Helen's hand. When Annie draws Helen's hand to her face to shake her head no, then tries to spell to her, Helen slaps Annie. Annie grasps Helen by both arms and swings her into a chair, holding her pinned there, kicking while Glass's doll bonnet fly off. James laughs.
She wants her doll back. When she spells it. Spell, she doesn't know the thing has the name even. Of course not. Of course not. Who expects her to know that? Who expects her to know that all I want is her to spell? Letters. Letters. Won't mean anything to her.
Annie gives him a look. She then tries to form Helen's fingers into the letters, but Helen swings at her instead. Annie barely ducks, at once pinning her down again.
Doesn't like the alphabet, Miss Sullivan. You invent it yourself?
Helen is now very mad, fighting to get out of the chair, and Annie answers James while struggling with Helen.
The Spanish monks under a vow of silence wish you take.
Annie releases Helen's hand. She comes and shuts the door in James's face. Helen drops to the floor, searching for the doll. Annie looks around, seeing her purse, rummages in it, and comes up with a battered piece of cake wrapped in newspaper. With her foot, she moves the doll out of the way of Helen's path, and going on her knees, she lets Helen smell the cake. When Helen grabs for it, Annie removes the cake and spells quickly into the reaching hand.
Cake.
Helen's hand waits. Annie repeats it.
Cake. Do what my fingers do.
She touches the cake briefly to Helen's nose, pats her hand, presents her own hand. Helen spells the letters rapidly back. Annie pats her hand, excited, and gives her the cake. Helen shoves it into her mouth with both hands. Annie watches her with humor.
C-A-K-E.
No. She takes the doll, touches it to Helen's nose, and spells again into her hand.
Do I think the cake is over?
Helen pauses while Annie presents her hand. Then Helen spells 3 letters. Annie waits a second, then completes the word for Helen in her palm.
C-A-K-E.
She hands over the doll, and Helen gets a good grip on its leg.
Imitate now.
Helen swings the doll with a furious energy. It hits Annie squarely in the face, and she falls back with a cry of pain, her knuckles up to her mouth. Helen waits, waiting for more. When Annie lowers her knuckles, she looks at blood on them. She gets to her feet, finds the mirror, and bares her teeth at herself.
Oh my god. Wrong page.
You little wretch.
You little wrench. No one's taught you any manners.
But from the mirror, she sees the door slam. Helen and the doll are on the outside, and Helen is turning the key in the lock. Annie runs over to pull the knob. The door is locked. She yanks it again. Helen, let me
Helen, help me out!
James, now downstairs, hears her and turns to see Helen with the key and doll groping her way down the steps. James takes in the whole situation, makes a move to stop Helen, but then changes his mind, lets her pass, and amusedly follows her out onto the porch. Upstairs, Annie rattles the knob, kneels, peers through the keyhole, gets up. She goes to the window, looks down, frowns. James from the yard sings gaily up to her. Buffalo girl, gonna come out tonight? Come out tonight? Come out? He goes back into the house. Annie takes a handkerchief, nurses her mouth, stands in the middle of the room, staring at the door and window in turn, and so catches sight of herself in the mirror, her cheeks scratched, her hair disheveled, her handkerchief bloody, her face disgusted with herself. Very last line.
Don't worry, they'll find you. You're not lost when only out of place.
But she coughs, spits something into her palm, and stares at it, outraged.
And toothless.
She winces.
Oh, it hurts. Stop!